What's up, guys? How are you? Whew. Tuesday, and some shit got real today. I had a whole idea of what I wanted to talk about and kind of go into some cool stuff and then talk about, some of the other pride stuff that's been going on. But then something happened that left me speechless. And it's very rare, as most of you guys know, where I get left speechless. I'm usually pretty quick-witted, quick comebacks, and always got something in the tank ready to just completely destroy somebody. But today, not so much. And yeah, I was you know what? Let's just get the show started, and I'll go from there.
There's a system in place to keep us in chains. By show of hands, who else is sick and tired of the same? 1% trying to keep us small, trying to keep us from getting out. Minimizing the struggles they've caused, saying we're not working hard enough.
We really should stop this fighting. Otherwise, we'll miss the fireworks.
There won't be any fireworks.
And here we go.
And welcome everybody to Suck It. I am the great and powerful King of Kings, Prince of all that is awesome, Derek. How the fuck are you doing today on this June 8th of the horrible fucking year that has been 2021? To say that I'm happy that this year is already halfway over doesn't even begin to describe my feelings towards this fucking year. It's like 2020 birthed the fucking spawn of Satan that is 2021. But I digress. I hope things are getting better for you. I know things are getting better for me, but at the same time, it's one of those situations where it's just like, fuck, is this ever going to come to an end? But you know what? We'll get through it. We always fucking do. So, before we get into all the bullshit of the day, of the week, of the whatever, on to some positive news. So for all my nerds in the world, guys, we are about 5 hours away. 5 fucking hours away from the premiere episode of Loki on Disney Plus. It's been about 6 weeks, 4 weeks, whatever, 4 weeks? Something like that. 4 weeks since Falcon and the Winter Soldier ended. And now we're getting Loki on Wednesdays, not Fridays. So please remember that. Loki on Wednesdays. So 5 hours from right now, 3 a.m. East, midnight on the West Coast, Loki premieres on Disney Plus. So check that shit out. It's going to be a fucking good one. I've heard a couple of, movie and TV critics and TikTokers that have gotten special premieres, like early, viewings and shit like that, and they've said it's just amazing. So Disney's right on track with what they're doing, and we're about a month away from the premiere of Black Widow, which is going to be another phenomenal thing. So on the nerd front, things are getting better. So to all my nerds, all my comic book lovers, all my comic book lovers that have been reading comics since the 80s like I have, that live and breathe everything fucking Marvel, Loki first thing tomorrow morning. So, good luck with that. But on to the conclusion of the thing that I was talking about at the beginning of the episode, and then we'll go into more. So, like I said, I had this whole idea in my head of what I want to talk about today, because, if you guys have been around for a while or have, checked out any of my content from past, you know that one of the groups that I absolutely fucking hate in this entire world is this group called 1 Million Moms. And we're going to get into them here shortly. But I wanted to discuss a lot about them because I also heard some other stuff going on in my county here in Loudoun County, Virginia. Because they've been in the news a lot lately for some stuff that's been going on. We'll get into that. So I had a couple things that I wanted to discuss, specifically pertaining to Pride Month and all this stuff that's been going on. Because as we all know, my almost nearly 20-year-old, holy shit, I almost have a 20-year-old daughter, is a lesbian, and she's, fucking proud as hell of it. So, I did my nails, pride colors and all this other stuff to support her. So that's what I was going to talk about tonight. I talked about it a little bit last week. I was going to talk about this more tonight. But then something interesting happened. And again, it left me speechless. And very few times in my life have I ever said, holy shit, I'm speechless. So here's what happened. So as you know, the pandemic has not been kind to all of us content creators. I've had great sponsors and I've lost great sponsors. It's been up and down. So I've had to, pick up a part-time job as a server just for fun, just to get out there and have them public and, cover the rest of whatever my sponsors don't cover. Whatever, no big deal. So I was at the restaurant tonight having some fun, and this group of 6 people comes in, older. For lack of a better term, they come from the countryside of Loudoun County. And we were sitting there chatting, seemed really nice, having a good old time, really nice people. Or so I thought. And then the older gentleman said to me, he goes, we used to come to Leesburg all the time, but now we don't come here anymore because there's too many towel heads. I'm sorry. Let me go ahead and repeat myself. This motherfucker said, yeah, we don't come to Leesburg anymore because there's too many towel heads. Now, a couple things. Number one, I am a dark comedian. I make fun of everybody. I don't care if you're black, white, brown. I don't care what you are. I make fun of it. The only people I don't make fun of is the Jews because they have fucking space lasers. I see you, Marjorie Taylor Greene. But anyway, I make fun of everybody. That's who I am. Okay? But I don't ever toe the line of racism. I don't. I make fun of stereotypes and, stupid shit like that's meant to get a laugh. I never toe the line of racism. I do not like racism in any which way, shape, or form. So when he said that to me, said, I don't come to Leesburg anymore because there's too many damn towel heads, I was in utter shock. A, because of how fucking nonchalantly he fucking said this. It was just so casual, like he just expected me to say, yeah, fucking bitches. I mean, that's exactly how it came across. Like, he expected me to just be like, oh, yeah. Number one. Number two, and he laughed about it. He thought it was the funniest thing on the face of this planet. Number three, for those of you who don't know me, I'm part Syrian. About a quarter of me is Syrian-ish. So them towel heads he'd been talking about was members of my family. Now, granted, my family doesn't live here, but you see my point. So, I was in utter shock. I wanted to absolutely destroy this piece of shit. This redneck honky motherfucker. I wanted to absolutely destroy him. Because being on stage before, I've been called, nasty things, especially when I talk about my Syrian heritage. It's fine, whatever. But the last time a redneck told me that, I asked him, I said, so, tell me how your pussy, your sister's pussy tasted last night. And that got over really well with the crowd. And I wanted to say this to this old man today, but I didn't. Because I didn't. Because he was, an old racist fuck. And plus, then I would, get fired and shit. So I didn't do that. But I don't fuck with racism. I was abso-fucking-lutely livid. So I, the manager in charge is like, "What, do you want to give up the table?" I'm like, "Hell no, I'm gonna take this racist motherfucking money. I'm gonna have some fun with it. I'm gonna have, So while I was, and I had heard him say some other racist things to his friends, and they all laughed. He was just being a straight up prick. So another table came in, and I started talking to him, and they noticed my nails painted rainbow. And she asked me if I was gay, and I said, no, I'm not. I explained to her the whole thing, my daughter, blah, 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 blah. And I made sure to say this nice and loud, because as soon as I said that, this guy's fucking face turned beet red. And it was just fucking hilarious, because I knew he was planning on saying something, because he kept looking at my nails, and he kept kind of giving me little odd, gestures, whatever. And then when I said that out loud to make sure he heard it, I literally looked back over at him. He was staring at me, and his face turned fucking like beet red, and like he was embarrassed as fuck. So I got a little bit of a just desserts on that, but nowhere near where I wanted to go with it. Nowhere fucking anywhere near it. I do not like racism in any which way, shape, or form. And neither should you. If you condone it at all, go fuck yourself. Whether it's Asian hate, Black lives, Middle Eastern hate, fuck you. Really. Go fuck yourself. Hate is not okay. It's not. We all come from the exact same fucking place. And if you're a fucking Christian who believes that we all come from the same fucking place, what the fuck are you complaining about? We all came from the same fucking place. Obviously, there's no fucking differences, you piece of shit. Sorry, I'm getting a little off on a tangent here, but that's the way I fucking feel about it. But no, you gotta fucking have your fucking bullshit hate. Fuck you. To sum this up, don't be a dick. So, yeah, that's what I had to deal with tonight. And like I said, to say that, it was like, it felt like I was dealing with a heckler is, right there, because that's exactly what it felt like. I was ready to just absolutely just verbally destroy this guy. It was just that bad. I was so angry. When after he paid and he tipped, which he actually tipped pretty decently, so I was happy to take his racist money. I went to the manager in charge and I said, "Hey, now that I got his payment and his tip, can I kindly go tell him to fuck off?" And he's like, "Yeah, no." I'm like, okay, yeah, but man, so that's how this whole thing got started, and why I'm off on a tangent about hate, which makes this next part even that much better. Because again, it comes back to hate. Because again, I do not and I will not stand for hate. It just has no place in society anymore. It doesn't. And you can call me, a left-wing pussy, or, oh, you're such a snowflake, whatever. No, I just said to you, I have no problem making fun of anyone. I have no problem offending anybody. None at all. But there's that line. There's a line. Sexism and racism is the fucking line. That's it. I'll tell a dead baby joke. I don't care. I'll tell rape jokes. I don't care. That's who I am. I'll tell a black joke. As long as it's not racist, that's who I am. And that's okay. Because, again, it's about humor. It's about comedy. It's about fun. It's not about to put down anyone. It's not to make anyone belittled. It's not about to cross any lines between hate and just laughter. But these fuckers love to hate. And that is the crazy ass bitches over at, yeah, you guessed it, 1 Million Moms. So 1 Million Moms, which, by the way, if you're looking at the screen right now, you'll see that this this take action, petition only has 16,000 signers, which even that is too many, but it's far from the 1 million that they sport. But anyway, Lego put out a special edition series called Everyone is Awesome, and it's a rainbow colored set. Okay, and I'll go ahead and read you exactly what 1 Million Moms says for the podcast listeners at home. Therefore, you know exactly what is going on here. So Lego recently announced its launch of a rainbow-colored building block set available June 1st, just in time for Gay Pride Month. Lego has created its first LGBTQ toy that glorifies gender inclusivity and ignores one biological sex. So, I'm sorry, are we not allowed to, not really glorify, but, glorify gender inclusivity. How hard is that's a good thing, isn't it? I guess not. First of all, well, no, I'm gonna keep going through. All right, this 340-piece set includes a rainbow-colored background and figures of each color. There is even a purple drag queen figure, according to Matthew Ashton, the designer of the set. So, you can see right here, if you guys are watching, that's the drag queen. It just literally has a wig on it. Oh, that's so offensive. So, let me continue with the article. We're super excited to reveal our new set, Lego. Everyone is awesome. The company tweeted Thursday because we celebrate every Lego builder. As you fucking should. Good job, Lego. The set features a rainbow wall plus black and brown and the colors of transgender flag, sky blue, white, and pink. The rainbow wall has 11 accompanying figures with a corresponding color. With the Pro LGBTQ toy being recommended for 18 and up, which, that's fine. Many critics are concerned about the actual contents inside the new product's box and its appropriateness for minors. But Ashton insists that it's for all. Oh my God. Okay. I'm going to continue. I don't want to go off on a tangent yet. I wanted to create a simple set with the powerful message of love, inclusivity, and acceptance. So here it is. Lego loves you all. Tweeted Ashton, who is also the Lego Vice President of Design. Ashton claims the set advocates tolerance, but is also persistent that Lego be on board to build the LGBTQ agenda. I hate that fucking phrase, the LGBTQ agenda. What is that? Oh yeah, equality. That's what it is. That's been so important to me since getting the set out with a message that we can be really proud of. It's apparent that even toy manufacturers are attempting to indoctrinate children by exposing them to the LGBTQ lifestyle. Why can't Lego let kids be kids instead of glamorizing a sinful lifestyle? If you could only see my eyes rolling so far in the back of my head. Lego is confusing our innocent children by attempting to normalize this lifestyle choice, which is not only irresponsible, but also dangerous to the well-being of our children. Toy manufacturers need to remain neutral and should avoid aiming to please a small percentage of customers while pushing away conservative customers. Fuck you, conservative customers. It is a crystal clear message that Lego is attempting to desensitize our youth. So 1 Million Moms believes it is urgent to warn parents of the company's agenda. One News Now covered this story, which, by the way, One News Now is a division of the American Family Association, which owns 1 Million Moms. We have included an article in here for additional information. We must remain diligent and stand up for our biblical values and truth. Scripture says multiple times that homosexuality is wrong, and God will not tolerate this sinful nature. I'm sorry, what? Oh my God. That is the world we live in, folks. That's the world we live in. All right. So let's let's break this down, shall we? So, first of all, the only LGBTQ agenda is what I just said, is equality, is acceptance. I don't understand how hard that is to understand. It's exactly what it is. Acceptance, equality. It glorifies gender inclusivity. Why can't we have that? What's wrong with that? A purple drag queen figure. You know, it is what it is. All right, so indoctrinate children by exposing them to the LGBTQ lifestyle. What's wrong with that? We expose them to heterosexuality every day. You have parents. You walk out in the world. You see, girlfriends and boyfriends holding hands. You see husbands and wives, whatever. You see the heterosexuality every day. So what's wrong with seeing the homosexuality of it? There's nothing wrong with that. Now, I'm not going to go into all this kind of stuff because first of all, innocent children, by attempting to normalize this lifestyle, it is fucking normal. It is. Okay? It's straight up normal. There's nothing anyone should be ashamed of ever, and whatever. Where is it? How did they say? We must remain diligent and stand up for our biblical values and truth. Yeah, well, many scholars and religious, historians have said that the Bible was misquoted and mistranslated to where homosexuality was actually pertaining to pedophilia. And that's pretty much the consensus now, if I'm not mistaken. So, yeah. And then also, in the Bible, if I'm not mistaken, because I've read it cover to cover, both of them, by the way. First off, Jesus died for our sins and canceled out Levitican law. So homosexuality was canceled out. The bad homosexuality was canceled out with Jesus' death. But I digress. Number 2 or 3, whatever number I don't even fucking know anymore. I'm just angry. It only mentions man laying with man. Doesn't mention anything about a woman laying with a woman. So obviously God likes to watch. But I digress. See, this is what I do. I make fun of things, but I do it in a funny manner to try to bring points to things, because that's exactly true. It does mention just man on man. That's all it really mentions. It doesn't mention anything about woman on woman. So 1 million moms, go fuck yourself, because this is just absolutely asinine. We're trying to, again, normalize what should be normal. But no, you're spouting hate. And you're doing the exact opposite as your fucking book tells you to do. Be awesome to each other. Bill and Ted said it fucking best. Be awesome to each other. That's it. And that's exactly what your book says. You're not supposed to judge. You're not supposed to toss around hate. You're supposed to love thy fucking neighbor. You don't. And all you're doing is making it worse. This country is already in shambles. It is. We need to correct the wrongs that have been done in this country. And I'm not talking about just, the Cheeto Man, because I refuse to say his name. Some shit went wrong during Obama. Some shit went wrong during Bush, obviously. Some shit went wrong during Clinton, obviously. Before that, Bush, and before that, Reagan, and so on and so forth. This country has not been right ever. And for anyone to ever say, let's make America great again. Okay, my question to you is, when was America great? During the 20s? Oh, so you liked segregation and women not being able to vote? Cool. Or during the 1800s, okay, so you like slavery? Cool. Or when we first signed our Declaration of Independence? Okay, so again, slavery and everything else. So when exactly was this country great? We're not. I mean, there's an interesting comment from a Mr. Robert Evans. This country isn't legitimate. It's an illegitimate country built on stolen land. Half that statement is true. We are recognized. The national flag is... Okay, if you're going to start spouting that whole new republic 19th president bullshit, you're going to be banned. I'm not playing that game. So please clarify yourself. But anyway, this country is, at a loss. We're not great. We haven't been great for a long time. We've never been great. Again, like you said, okay, tangent time. Okay, so let's go ahead and have some fun here, because I'm going to have a little bit of fun with this one. I'm on a fucking tirade right now. So let's go ahead and read this comment strain from him. The country is illegitimate. It was an illegitimate country built on stolen land. Okay, I personally agree with that. The national flag is a colonial flag. Don't agree with that. This country needs to be dismantled. The borders are racist. Nothing I said is false. Everything I said is true. It will never be great until you give the country back to its rightful owners. The borders were painted on maps by white man. They are not real. Okay, are you Native American, Robert? Because if not, I don't want to hear your shit. Okay. 13 stripes for 13 colonies. Oh, here we go. Retrumplicans fucking coming at me left and right again. Let me ask you a question. Do you believe that Earth is flat too, you fuck? Because, I mean, if you're going to sit here and spout conservative, crap, we're just going to have a little bit of fun here. Because the thing about it is, whether you want to believe that Eisenhower, turned us into a corporation and there's been no fucking legitimate president since the 19th president, blah, blah, then Trump was never president to begin with. So how can he be re-inaugurated? So that's number one. Number two, where's your proof? And if you show me anything that says conservative.com in any which way, shape, or form, yeah, you're just absolutely asinine. You can be an ally all you want, but don't sit here and spout your rhetoric. That's fantastic. You can speak the truth. But what is your truth? Define your truth? Please, right now. And show me something legitimate. And again, if it says anything about being conservative in the title of your fucking website or your column, then guess what? It ain't real. So you know what? I now give you free permission to fuck off. Have a nice life. Don't come into my shit, with that crap, because we're not going to have fun with that at all, because you will be destroyed. It's not my truth. It is the truth. This country is sitting on stolen. Okay, I'm not denying that. But you know what? The United Nations has, we are a legitimate country. So that's all I agree with you on. We stole this land from Native Americans. Absolutely. Horrible situation. My ancestors were pricks. That's not I am not denying that. Not at all. I had family members that fought in the American Revolution. So I know. I've done my research. I know what you're speaking of. However, you're also, because you install puppet governments everywhere. Dude, whatever. I'm done even talking to you. Done even talking to you. This whole thing was about being prideful during Pride Month and not being hateful. And you're sitting here being hateful. You're just proving my point. The entire system is set up to marginalize people. Again, that part I agree with. We can have some agreements here, bud. I am part of an empire. Yeah, an entertainment empire, because there's a bunch of us that do the exact same thing that's all grouped together, so thank you for that. I appreciate it. I don't think to oppress people. Oh, God. Moving on. I'm done with you. Anyway, stop being haters. Again, your Bible condemns that. And yet that's all you fucking do is condemn hate. I mean, condone hate when your Bible condemns it. So, are you really doing God's work? No, you're not. You're making this country even worse. So, buy fucking Lego. Please. Please. Go buy Lego. Especially that Pride, one. If you buy it, hey, send me one my way. Hell, you know what? I'll give one away too. So anyway, for my podcast listeners that, on the way to work, I'm sorry about that little tangent there. I know you can't see what's going on, so we'll just go ahead and leave that alone. But anyway, on to the next point of contention for the evening, and we'll go ahead and end it on this. So again, the whole trans rights movement and stuff like that is going on. And, obviously we got 1 million moms out there talking about this. We've got, conservatives out there talking about that. And we got states, we'll get into Florida here in a moment, banning transgender sports and blah, 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 blah. And then in my county, Loudoun County, Virginia, a judge orders Loudoun County schools to reinstate teacher, calling suspension unconstitutional and vindictive. So let me go ahead and fill you in here on what happened. A couple weeks back, an elementary school teacher in, Leesburg, where I'm at, was placed on leave less than 48 hours after telling the school board, "I am a teacher, but I serve God first. I will not affirm that a biological boy can be a girl and vice versa because it's against my religion. It's lying to a child, it's abuse to a child, and it's sinning against our God." So they placed him on leave for this. But then a judge, said to reinstate physical education teacher Brian Tanner Cross days after he was who was suspended days after he was telling the school board he will not refer to transgender students by their preferred pronouns because of his religious beliefs. Okay, first off, that's just fucking hateful right there, especially if they've re-registered. Because what a lot of kids are doing, and I can go ahead and point to a specific case, but I won't. What they're doing is they're getting new social security cards, they're getting new IDs, and they're re-registering as that new name. So if you are, going against something that is literally a dead name, that is not their name. Or that is not who they are anymore, and they're legally this, then you're just an asshole. And you should be fired. You should not be a teacher, period. You should not be spouting this rhetoric in public schools. If you want to do it, go do it in a Christian school. Go do it at a Baptist school. Go do it at a private school, because it has no place in public education. Cross is represented by the Alliance Defending Freedom, a nonprofit conservative legal organization. In his ruling, Plowman, which was the judge, wrote Cross was speaking as a citizen, not in his official capacity as a teacher. Actually, he was. He said, "I am a teacher, but I serve God first." So that kind of is a redundant statement there, Your Honor. The school system in its filings in a Friday hearing argued it suspended Cross not for what he said, but the disruption it caused. I don't, again, I don't buy that for a second, but I get what they're trying to go with it. The school system said it had received 6 emails from parents who didn't want their students to have contact with Cross. The day after his statements, Cross had participated in school. Plowman was unconvinced Cross's presence in school was distracting. There was simply an absence of evidence. No actual disruption to school operations occurred. So anyway, that's what's going on here. And this is not, one isolated incident. This is many, many this is just one of many, many things that are happening right now in this country. Oh my God. Sorry, I got distracted by this idiot's fucking comments in my section again. I'm not even going to read them. I'm not even going to give him the time of day. He's gone anyway, so fuck him. But... Oh, wait, no, he's back. But again, the whole idea of this whole thing happening, now in 2021 is just asinine. The real science behind... I'm not going to get into it. I've gone into it before. I've gone into it with Laura, who's a friend of the show and the mother of a trans son. We've gotten through all that. We've gone through all that. The science is real. It's not what you think it is. And if you don't believe it, look up real science. And again, if it says anything about being conservative, it's not fucking science. Trans women are women. Trans men are men. Use proper pronouns, you fuck. I don't understand what the problem is here. I really don't. Yeah, you can say anything you want. It's against your religion. Okay, show me in the Bible where it talks about a man transitioning to be a woman or vice versa. Show me. Show me where that's wrong. Can you tell me? Can you? I don't think so. So, your point is invalid, number one. And number two, your rhetoric has no place in our schools. It doesn't. It doesn't. It's one of those things where you can have your personal beliefs. I'm all for having your personal beliefs. I encourage you to have your own personal beliefs. There's nothing wrong with that. And actually I will fight for you to have your personal beliefs. But here's where I draw the line. When you try to put your beliefs on me, or when you cause hate against this country or somebody I love and care about, it's not right. It's not. So take your rhetoric and go somewhere else with it. Bottom line. We're going to close it out on this. A news article was posted today on Buzzfeed. And it's an opinion piece. It's an interview piece about what's going on in Florida right now, where they just signed a bill into law on the first day of Pride, by the way, that trans kids cannot play sports in high school or college. That's now law in Florida. And now, BuzzFeed came out with this article, and I'm not going to read it to you because it's a long article, but I'll link it down in the description, because this boy right here, Andrew, is a trans boy, and he is an amazing kid. An amazing kid. He has done so much for the trans community. He has done so much for, himself, before he didn't even want to leave his house. He's was afraid of what everyone would say about him. And now he's out there speaking on a national level to help equality for people just like him. So I highly encourage you to go check out that article. I'll link it, like I said, down in the description. But go check out Andrew's story. Go support Andrew. Go support kids like him. Trust me, this is a great article. And he deserves recognition. And that, by the way, is our friend of the show's, Laura's son. So go check that out. Please read that article. It kind of gives you an idea of what these kids are going through. If you already don't know, this right here is a good representation of that. So go check that out. I guess the overlying theme of this episode, again, like I said earlier, is don't be a dick. Don't hate. Stop your hate. Stop it. This world has enough to worry about. You don't need to be adding any more fuel to your fire. Walk out your front fucking door. Walk over to your closest neighbor. Knock on his door and just say, hey, let's be friends. Because enough is enough. Enough is enough. Guys, I've really enjoyed having this conversation with you tonight. Thank you so much for listening. 55,000 of you can't be wrong. So thank you very much. Guys, have a wonderful rest of your night. Stay happy, stay healthy, and as always, stay fucking heavy. And Robert, fuck off. Have a great night, guys. Peace.